So, good morning, class. So, before we will start our class for today, let us all pray. Let's bow down our heads.
Angel of God, Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here. Ever this day, be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen.
Okay, good morning, class. Okay, class, before we will start our class for today, let me check your attendance first to know who is absent for today's class. So, start with Apaw, Bahaw, Abluensya, Catalino, Danlag, Iha. Okay, very good. All of you are present for today, so because of that, I will give you a plus point. So as I noticed this morning, I noticed that some of you are really sleepy and some of you are really tired. So stand up and let us have our dance exercise for today. So, hi class, before we proceed to our discussion for today, let me ask you, what is our previous lesson? Miss Gonzaga. Very good. Our previous lesson is all about measurement. So, I remember I gave you an assignment yesterday to measure your height into centimeter and into inches. So plus pass it forward because we will check that later. So I hope all of you are really awake and energetic this morning. So let's proceed to our discussion. But before we proceed to our real discussion, let me give you an activity for today. So for today's activity, I have a glitter with me. So this glitter will represent as germs. So let me explain to you what is the category. So the first student on the first row will put some of glitters on his hands and shake hands. Shake your hands to your left seatmate until goes at the back. So the student at the back, let's see if he is he has a glitter on his hands. So may I call on Mr. Leonard to check if his hands has a glitters. So okay, it has a glitters on his hands. So this explains that germs are really spread actively to each and every one of us by sneezing and coughing. So let's proceed to our discussion. So let me read the objective first. So at the end of the lesson, the students will expected to first know what germs are. Second, be able to list at least two different kinds of germs. And third, understand how germs are spread. So first, let us identify what is germs. So germs are only microorganisms. They are so only that human eye can't see them. Germs are everywhere. They are on our skin, in dirt, in water, on plants, and on animals. Germs are even in the air. Some germs are not harmful, but some of them can cause infectious disease like a cold or the flu. So based on my research, there are different types of germs. There are four different types of germs. It is the bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. So let's define the bacteria first. So the bacteria are one-celled organisms that are only seen through a microscope. Some bacteria cause disease like strep throat, tuberculosis, and urinary tract infection. Most bacteria disease can be cured with antibiotics. Viruses are capsules that contain genetic materials. So the second type of germ is viruses. So viruses reproduce by invading healthy cells in our body and hijacking them and changing how the cells work. Viruses are responsible for causing many diseases such as AIDS, common cold and flu, and chickenpox. So let's proceed to the third type of germ. So it is fungi. So fungi comes in all shapes and sizes. Candida is an infection that can be given to people, and it is caused by yeast, which is a type of fungi. This is usually called a yeast infection. Other examples of fungi infections are athlete's foot and ringworm. This will be covered in the hygiene lesson plan. So let's proceed to the last type of germs, which is the protozoa. So protozoa is harmful and can cause disease such as giardia, malaria, and toxoplasmosis. So this single-celled organism invades the human body by multiplying easily, which is why they have a great advantage against humans. So protozoa is contagious and can be transmitted through sharing food or even touching the person that has it. So some of these diseases are very common and other are rare. So healthy habits that prevent the spread. So there are many ways to protect yourself from germs such as first, washing your hands often or washing your hands time to time or daily. Second is coughing and sneezing into your elbow like this. Third is don't share personal items, example toothbrush, towels, or razors, and underwears, of course. The fourth is get vaccinated. Five is stay at home when sick. Okay, class. We are done with our lesson for this morning. So I will have here um, a paper ball, which I will toss it to the person whom I want to share his or her learning about today's discussion. So the ball lands on Leonard Jake. So Leonard Jake, share with us what is your learning about today's discussion. Okay, very good. John Lloyd says he learned that there are different kinds of germs, so we must apply those five simple steps to avoid germs for our safety, of course, and for our health. So, okay, class, thank you for today's. I'm really happy because all of you are really participating in today's discussion. So, before we go home to our respective houses, let me give you an assignment. So, please jot down to your notes. So I have here a three questions. So first, where are germs located? Are all germs harmful? So the second is, name at least two types of germs. And the third question is, what are the 5 ways to prevent spread of germs? So plus pass it to me tomorrow and write it on your assignment notebook. Okay, class, thank you for participating in today's discussion. I hope you learned something in today's topic. So see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.